Здравейте, здравейте, малци, аз съм Джимер, а това би трябвало да е епизод 58 от поредицата ми на Здравейте, Inquisition. Продължаваме там, откъдето бяхме стигнали. Най-накрая задачките на масата са готови, така че да видим нашите адвайзери какво ще ни кажат. Иска да говори с нас? Добре, нека говорим. Трябва да отида до конюшната. Добре. Какво? Задачи имаме само тази. Ще изпратим... Лиля. Така. Трябва да говорим с вестоносеца. Тим да говорим с вестоносеца. Къде си е, братле? На двора. Джуп.
Инквизитор.
Нямаме.
A place to save lives. What could be more important?
Haven was a cock-up, Herald, Inquisitor. But you did right by me, and others. We'll pay you back.
Your worship, may I deliver a message from Lord Adorno Cielo Trantovativa? His lordship accepts your request for a duel for the affection of Lady Montelier. He awaits your pleasure in Val Royal.
Това беше достатъчно лесно.
No outrage that I'm trying to steal Josephine from him?
Quite the contrary, Inquisitor. Lord Otranto is greatly looking forward to his first duel of the month. May you enjoy safe passage to Val Royal, your worship.
Ще го оттупаме, няма проблем. Това да продадем тук. Да разчистим инвентара, въпреки че имаме место. Така и така сме тук. Ти ли си кончето? Много яленко, ти ли си?
Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. I'm told her wardens never wavered. They went to their deaths willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
Затова се бием с него.
And that's why he has to die.
You'll get no argument from me. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
Все още можем да опитаме, а не?
At the end of the day, I guess all we can do is try and hope for the best.
You're right. What matters is that we never give up. Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman, and she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
Great Warrior, може би. Тоест, Велик войн, може би. Но велика жена, те я знам. Това ли са моите неща? Не мога да разбера. Батълнак. Nëкче. Нещо друго? Имаш ли да кажеш?
Something on your mind?
Знаеш ли нещо с Корифиас?
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that, stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Защо не знаеш?
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
Странно, че Корифиас е оцелял.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Дали има други като Корифиас?
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Let's discuss
Достатъчно.
something else.
Някакви мисли
What do you think of the
за
Inquisition?
Инквизицията?
I just know that you could shake this world to its foundations if you willed it.
Някакви мисли за моите
What do you
съветници?
think of my advisors?
Liliana is lonely. That's really all I see. All she has is her work. I pity her sometimes, as odd as that may seem.
Мисли за вътрешния ни кръг?
You must have some feelings about our friends.
Dorian? He's arrogant. He preens himself. But you already know that. He doesn't even hide it.
Добре. Я опитаме.
We should
Отново и
return
отново
to
едно
our
и също.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Както винаги. Не мога да кажеш нищо интересно, бата. Това писмо взехме ли го по миналия път, когато влизахме в тази конюшня? Може би да, може би не. Така, сега ще минем тук отзаде. В принцип тук трябва да се тригърне един пичага. Което за жалост не съм сигурен кога трябва да се тригърне. Може и по-късно да трябва да се тригърне. Ако въобще се тригърне. Както гледам, няма да е сега. Добре. Видиме какво остава. Аха, отиваме да се дуелираме. Някъде тук предполагам, че трябва да се случи това, нали? Да, трябва да отида до там. Си вземем Дориан, си вземем Тера, ще си вземем Варик. Сега представя си такъв всъщност да са танци.
I am Lord Otranto of Antiva, rightfully betrothed of Lady Josephine Montelier. Songs of your exploits have spread to my city, Inquisitor. It's humbling to make your acquaintance. It is a pity it will not last longer. Before we duel, I trust you find the weapon to your satisfaction.
Защо да не използвам моето си оръжие?
Am I not allowed to pick my means of defense?
I am the wounded party in this duel. Tradition dictates that I select our weapons. Of course, if you fear you might be clumsy with such a refined instrument, there is no shame in a forfeit.
Рапирата ще свърши работа.
I trust you've made this a fair fight, Lord Otranto.
Upon my honor. Shall we begin? An admirable start, Inquisitor. Perhaps not all Kunari are the simple peasants rumors paint them to be. I'm glad Lady Montelier isn't here, exquisite as I've heard her appearance to be. Cutting you down in front of Josephine would have given a poor first impression of House Otranto to my bride.
Ще кажа, че не иска да се жени за него.
Josephine doesn't want this engagement. Call it off.
To what purpose? You can't think I'd...
Stop!
Josephine!
Lady Montelier, what a pleasure.
Аз ще изям шамара.
What are you doing?
Долирам се с него за те.
Josephine, I can't take the chance that you might have to marry him.
That's not your decision. The Inquisition needs you. I need you. Yet you throw yourself into danger. Why do this? Why risk everything we've built? Why risk your life?
Да я знам. Защото
Because I
според
love
мен не е никаква
You
заплаха този пич за мен.
He does?
Чуме.
And I mean it. Every word.
I love you too.
Well fought.
Lord Otranto,
I'd assumed your liaison with the Inquisitor was an affair of passion or convenience, Lady Montelier. But I'm not fool enough to stand in the way of true affection. The Otrantos regretfully withdraw the terms of our betrothal.
thank you.
Той излезна пич. Браво.
I know when I'm outmatched.
Въпреки, че би трябвало да мога да го щупим с плесници. Това свърши по изключително добър начин.
I can't imagine a better ending. But wouldn't you be impressed by a dueling scar?
My dearest lord, I love you precisely the way you are. Just do kiss me again.
Сцената окей, но дуела беше смешен. Не колкото в Андромеда боя между едни крогани там. Но беше сравнително смешен. Може, защото...
I can't stop thinking about your duel in Val Royeaux. Running into the middle of the crowd, the noise, the swords flashing. I was so worried for you, but at the same time, well, it was the most exciting thing I've seen in ages.
Наистина ли това е вълнуващото нещо?
You do remember what this Inquisition has been doing, don't you?
Allow me to correct myself. The most exciting thing I have seen that didn't threaten to stop my heart. You know, when I first laid eyes on you back at Haven, I hadn't an inkling we'd become so close.
Нито пък аз.
I didn't either. At first.
Then it's astounding either of us realized we had feelings for each other at all. These moments seem so dear, especially given your greater calling. Sometimes I must remind myself that I'm required to share you with the rest of the world.
Не през цялото време.
Hang the world. It can survive without the Inquisitor and Josephine now and then.
For now, I very much agree.
Така. Заживяха дълго и щастливо до след малко. Айде, хубаво е да трепяме гадини вече. Че от толкова много любов ме сърбат ръцете за бой. Трябва ли да съда някой? Няма кой да съда. Видим Джозефинката какво прави. Имаме ли някакви нови опции приказки с нея. И се махам от тук. Така... Много ми е любопитно, дали пак ще отидем в градината. Да. Много скипнем това. Мисля, че е време да хванем главната задачка.
Inquisitor?
Нямаме.
To reach the Empress before Corypheus.
Съгласен
The
съм.
only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
Кажете ми за Гаспард.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the empress.
Гаспард е шевалиер.
Aren't the chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Разкажете ми за Бриала.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only, she has organized the elves of Halam Shiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Селина има елски любовник.
Wait. The elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Разкажете ми за Селин.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
Гаспард е наследник на Селин.
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Защо просто не изпратим предупреждение?
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
Да тръгваме
We
тогава.
shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Добре, разбрахме, че какво? Императрицата е откраднала да взема кол. Кол, Солас и кой още? Кол, Солас и Блекло. Или пък Арамбул. Арамбул съм сигурен, че не съм говорил. Миналия път, когато цъках, Касандра ми беше на част от основното парти. Ето означава, че най-вероятно съм бил взел нея. Може и Дориан. За магиосник не съм сигурен. Друг е вариант, че може да съм взел и Black Claw. За Iron Bull съм сигурен, че не съм мъкнал с нас. Аз ще го вземе. Разнообразно парти. Спирит, Телфи, Конари. 2 броя.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Аха, той ни е поканил. Окей.
Inquisitor Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you.
The rumors coming out of the western approach say
Най-накрая някой май не каза снимането за първи път мисля, че не каза снимането.
Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful emperor of Orlais.
И кой император е това?
And which one was the rightful one again? I keep getting them confused.
If we keep watch, he may appear, probably by the brandy. I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
Аз съм тук за забавата.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, Gaspard. Finding him is my priority.
Are you serious? That is a grave allegation, my friend. A foreign power meddling now, of all times? I have no doubt this Tevinter is hiding within the ranks of the Elven delegation. They're up to something. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Заслужава си бъде разследван.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Това позитивно
Is that the Inquisitor?
An ox!
позитивно нещо, което научихме за него, че не харесва играта.
It's just somebody's pet.
Два шамара са на моя страна.
Gaspard never struck me as pious. He must think he gains a military advantage with the Inquisition.
Крайна сметка мога да го подкрепиме.
I should look around.
Някакъв пръстен тук. Какво става, мадам?
What am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Ти го.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Суни му отзад.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the fate by Andraste?
Кой знае?
If nothing else, the Inquisition backing Gaspard would make Celine nervous. You know how pious she is.
Да го подкрепиме. Това е интересно. Миналия път, когато цъках, съм сигурен, че избрах императрицата. Сега може да това да го направя, защото ми е интересно какво ще стане.
Maker, I hope not.
Lady Nightingale makes me nervous.
Така трябва. Леди Найтингел трябва да кара всички да треперат. Requires more house status. Тоест някъде ги намирахме тия статуи, така ли беше? Така, намерихме една. Има общо 10. Още, че нямам спомен къде са. И дали въобще може да се намерят всички. тук няма шанс да скочим. Добре. Open the gate. Още не е рано. Здравствуй, Джой.
We don't wish to be disturbed.
Pick up the storage room. Storage key.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Така. Качкаме долу и тук знам, че има също врата. Въпросът е, съгласието на съвета, можем ли да го увеличиме тук или трябваше да влезем вътре? Така като гледам, тук няма какво да правим. Повече съвсем да отидем да отворим вратата, за която ни трябваше тази статуетка. Се крие тук нощка и асасинско острие.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death.
Okay.
It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
Не се страхувам от тях.
I'm not intimidated by stuffy Orlesian nobles.
These people burn cities as a diversionary tactic and assassinate one another as a feint. The game is like wicked grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer in the Fade with the Fear Demon.
It might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning. The bull, in particular.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine. And Raste watch over us all.
Дали мога да ги предизвикам достатъчно, че да ги изтрепя? За жал се съмнявам. Съмнявам се, че можем да плескаме нещата от такава степен. Понеже Гаспард не харесва играта, това в една степен ме кара да го харесвам. Защото играта е отвратителна. Всички сте някакви гадни хора.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time.
Waste of time.
Can Gaspar take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds?
He plans to take it by force. If the council won't recognize him, he'll march against them.
Interesting. Good to know.
Какво научихме? Защото аз не разбрах какво научих.
Economy? Surely not.
Шамари със сигурност да.
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing is atrocious.
Why would she do such a thing now?
Защото така иска, бе.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
Къмън, това ти ли си, приятел?
What is Gaspar up to? It wouldn't surprise me if he brought the Inquisitor here as a prank.
Ако не бяхме пуснали този мод, където ни прави бронят така, най-вероятно щяхме сме така облечени. Къмън.
I wish there was more news coming from the Congo.
Good news is becoming an increase.
Just gossip.
I can hardly believe Gaspar and Celine are in the same room.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
Why are there so many elves here?
The Empress invited them. Be polite.
Моли да оставя да я убият. И така, така Гаспард ще я наследи.
My contact said there's a new supplier, but we can't track down who it might be.
Ще видим какво ще стане. За сега там и тече съзнанието. Да оставим да я отрепат и се взиме с Гаспард.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Adar. Shepherd and leash of the wayward Order of Templars, purger of the heretics from the ranks of the faithful, champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, the Iron Bull, leader of the famed mercenary company Bull's Chargers. As the name might imply, the Lord Inquisitor's elven servant, Solus, Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Ponley, commander of the forces of the Inquisition, former Knight Commander of Kirkwall, Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine, and Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Кого не го споменах? Яко. Всички имат навика да го забравят. Или по-точно той има това умение да ги кара да го забравят.
My dear sister,
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
Ще предупредим.
Someone here is working for Tevinter.
To the uninitiated, the court is full of intrigues which might seem sinister, Inquisitor. But they are of little note. How do you find Halam Shiral?
Добре, ще кажа, че...
I have never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauties. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look
Сега тия
forward
15
to
точки не съм
watching you
сигурен
dance.
колко са важни. Надявам се, че не са брутално важни.
A word when you have a moment.
Тук насетне ще внимаваме.
Tell me, Yvette, how are Mama and Papa? Do they want for anything? Papa's perfectly happy in the studio. Mother is the same as always. Meaning she's after you to do more work. You always take her side. I don't take her side. I happen to think, as she does, you might attend to more of the estate's duties. Also, do stop slouching. Josephine! Oh, Josephine! Is this him? Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Друга леди Монтилие.
There can never be too many Lady Montilliers in Thetis, can there?
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? You and Josephine are going to elope and move to the Anderfels and join the Grey Wardens and fight Darkspawn? Yvette, I want to know.
Мисля, че се объркала нещо.
Rumors exaggerate many things, Lady Yvette.
It sounded so romantic.
Кой ще подкрепиш тук?
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Разкажи ми за себе си.
Tell me about yourself, Lady Yvette. This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors. You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's pace.
Как е вечерта?
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of them.
The dancing is so dull, Your Worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Моля те, Джозефин, продължи.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
Някакви истории за Джозефин?
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the No. She once told the Duke of... Absolutely not. Huh. She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking. Yvette! That's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Трябваше да ни каже нещо в крайна сметка, тя нищо не ни позволи да ни каже. За жалост, това, че изгубихме 15 сапорт.
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace with a war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's cat.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
Ужасен човек. Добре, това няма учета. Тук може да отидем към вестибюла. Но първо искам... Това малко ми прилича на това, на Варик.
Laurent was the love of my life. You remember my husband? Poor darling. Killed in a war with feral den.
Чакай, quick save, че тук...
You don't want to speak with me, darling?
Че тук не съм сигурен кой е разговор, как трябва да се проведе като хората.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire. It's such a pity the wings sing.
Какво става?
Did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Да. Някакви съвети?
Do you have any advice?
Legion social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Кой ще подкрепиш?
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best option.
Не се очудвам, че Кълън е от това мнение. Имаш обожателки.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
Не се ли забавляваш на
I
купона?
take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
Нещо, което искаш да докладваш?
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not yet. It would be easier if people would stop talking to me. Other people, not you.
Стана ми ясно, споко.
I await your signal.
What were they doing in the western approach? It's a wasteland.
Така, тук може ли се скочи от тази страна? Nope. Чакай, quick save, защото мисля, че с quick save на всеки случай да направим още един. Quick или quick. Сега не мога да си говориме. Тук няма с кой да си говориме, значи отиваме към вестибюла. Така, няма да спираме всеки разговор да го слушаме, защото ще отнеме страшно много време да свършим с епизода.
I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
Има апостейт в хората.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
Това си заслужава да бъде разследвано.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Добре. Мога ли си говорим нещо с тебе? Явно не. Въобще тук дали се е променило нещо? В смисъл, знам, че в един момент почват да се отключват разни врати и така нататък. Тук ще почваме да може да се разкарваме повече и повече. Въпросът е кога идваше този момент, кога се случваха тези събития.
House Dace remains steadfast in blocking all attempts to get into the Tig.
Още не. Заключено от другата страна. Добре. Ето тук ни се отворила врата. Както изглежда, че е заключена.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Какво става тук?
Leave us.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Пакета е в гостната.
Give the signal.
Interesting.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
Солскъв е смешен. Това комфортно ли за те?
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Fae. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
Видя ли нещо?
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
Добре ли се третират?
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to.
Здравейте, след едно крашче по-късно. Крашче ни докато си разцъкахме тук и си говорихме с Олас. Това, че го питахме. Видя ли нещо?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
Добре ли те третират?
Encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy to refill my glass.
Супер.
I'll be back.
And well.
Така, има си проблеми тази игра и това си е, каквото и си говориме. С тия крашчета.
Good to know.
Нищо ще играем по този начин, като крашне ще съединяваме, нещо ще правим.
Interesting.
Трябва да говорим с този дюк.
The Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
Каспарт е твой племенник.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspar. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Видял ли си нещо?
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Разкажи ми за войната.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal and terrible and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Окей, чао, чао.
Another time, my lord.
Това са някакви кодекси. То. Опа.
Must be something here.
Някаква монетка. Имаме 2 от 15.
Well, that's useful.
Окей. Ще си доверя.
My lord Inquisitor!
Мисля, че е някаква малка тераска.
It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
Откъде да знам, че това е вярно?
How can I be certain this message is from the Empress?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are public faces of the Empress.
They are also extremely fashionable.
Щастлив съм да чуя нещо от нея.
I am always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspar is defeated.
Тя иска моята помощ с това.
Let me guess. All she wants in return is for me to help her defeat the Duke.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional. It will be yours once the negotiations are concluded.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspar is hopelessly out of his depth.
But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the masquerade, Inquisitor.
Dance, dance, dance.
Did you need something?
Добре, тук...
Not since his regiment joined the fighting.
Тук, доколкото разбирам... Доколкото разбирам. Аз изпълням, че може да не се качваме тук тази... Каквото е. Аре, не?
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Тук ни трябват 3 статуетки. Типа са много нервни от тази Леди Найтингейл. Явно има защо. Аз как ги виждам нещата. Boring. Продължаваме обаче ние вътре, после ще се качваме нагоре.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
You should have considered that before threatening to burn them all in their homes.
О, Iron Bulch.
You got anything that needs killing? Because
Много скоро
keep
най-вероятно.
messing with me and they think I don't know they're doing it. This keeps up. I'm gonna wear somebody's skull as my fancy little mask.
Дай ми Бен Хараш да чета.
Look at this with the eyes
Или
of
прочит
Ben
по-скоро.
Hasra. Tell me what you see. It's a mess. Everyone's trying so hard to hide that they're walking around in plumage. Makes it tough to spot the dangerous lies, as opposed to the normal stuff. Oh, but that couple over there with the silver masks, the woman's doing one of the nobles, and the guy's doing 2 different servants.
Харесват ли ти
What do
маските?
you think of the masks the nobles are wearing? They're no good as disguises, and they don't cover the mouth or hide body language, so they're not much help for lying. As fashion goes, I don't know. I've seen dumber.
Виждаш ли нещо интересно?
Anything catching your eye? They've got these candied nuts with some kind of spice on them. It's sweet until you swallow, and then, bam, hot. Also, Orlais has some fine-looking redheads. I go more for the servants personally. Less makeup. Nothing on the assassins, though. Talk to you later, Paul. I'll just stay here and eat.
You don't want to be here, stranger.
Interesting.
Особено кръвта долу по земята.
Inquisitor Adar, how delightful. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
Какви са твоите задължения?
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Записваш ли, водиш ли си записки за бала?
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Някаква мушица.
Oh yes, this is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began. Even if, maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
Good evening, lady.
Прави се на купона.
Another time, perhaps.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Brianna we have a situation.
Малко кръвчица тук е останала.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Какво става, момчета?
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Добре.
Well, well. What's this?
Нещо не се е получило както трябва.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Don't give me that. I've seen the way he looks at you.
Не знам кой е Филип, така че я казвам, че
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic.
скъпаняк.
What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually, along with their vassals. What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
Мога ли да лоудна? И да видим къде е лоуда. Леле, майко. Това къде е? Това е на майна си райна, как се вика. Добре, тук е по-добре. С това говорихме, не сме говорили. Не сме говорили, а тук пустим едно уше.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Така. Казах, че ни трябват 3 хали. Тук трябва да го преджобиме. Това съм сигурен дали съм го чел. Мисля, знам, че по-рано го прочетах, просто не съм сигурен дали сега на този лол е вече прочетено. Тук вече сме говорили. Ще го разпитаме набързо. Така.
Inquisitor. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian. I am a even if maker forbid. Another time.
Така, какво ставам? Чете момичета. Добре, разкарайте се от тука. Първи един поглед тук, за всеки случай, дали сме говорили вече с този пич.
Yes.
What? It's war.
Ще прекараме набързо.
Chinese Florian.
Така. Значи мога quick save-наве.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
He went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briala we have a situation.
Така, какво става, че?
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
Така, Филип е гъс.
Awfully selfish of this Philippe, running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. Tonight of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you for listening to me, Ryan.
Добре, значи е доста важно какво ще им кажем.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see that panicked attaché roaming about?
Така.
This way is closed. Please,
Аз съм дивак, ще мина през прозореца.
Well, what's the...
Така, добре.
I am not talking to you until we get home.
Fine by me.
Това крило, мисля, че го прегледахме цялото.
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight?
The Empress does.
Тие ги подслушахме вече веднъж. Няма нужда да го правим отново, мисля. Това е заключено обаче. Въпросът е да излезнем през терасата и се качим нагоре. Да, но това невероятно така и трябва да направя. Тук има нещо за взимане. Май. Ама явно няма нищо за взимане. Горе. Представете ли си такъв как се качва и никой не го забеляза? Първо да дойдем да вземем халата.
Need to get back before I missed.
Да. Трябва да се след малко. Окей, тук можем да влезнем. Тук ни трябва една хала, за да влезнем. Може би е добра идея да вземем да квиксейвнем. О, тук има изтрепани някакви от гостите май. Добре, Гаспард изглежда като печага до момента. Дали е само времето, ще покажа? О,
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet upper-state. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Това ме слезнаме малко долу, че ми пада това. Че ми пада одобрението на съвета. Или на придворните, ако трябва. Какво става? Това е, някаква врата се отвори. А тук можем да минем? Можем. Аха! Това не знам къде е. За момент си помислих, че знам къде съм, обаче се оказа, че не е така. Скачкаме долу. Или Quicksilver. Някакви тайници, майници. За къде? Какво трябва да осветиме?
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom.
Тия неща ли мога да осветяваме? Това не вярвам да е правилното. Не. Добре, айде да се махам от тук. Мога ли от тук да излезна? Ето тук така, хоп. Двадесет 6 е много малко, но мисля, че има още много.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
Кажи ми какво искаш.
If you want something, say it.
I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening.
Това е съветничката, вестничка на императрицата. Значи не наблюдаш?
I didn't realize I was watched so closely.
All eyes are upon you, Inquisitor. Indeed, you distract from more important matters.
Such as?
Such as the unwelcome guest I recently found and killed within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Императрицата в безопасност ли е в момента?
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
Що я пазиш?
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
Защо си го убил?
Why did you kill the agent? You might have had useful information.
I would not have slain the man on sight had he not attacked me first. Why? Undoubtedly I caught him in an illicit act. I did not know from whence he came until after the battle, and regret only that I could not capture him alive. What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
Знам коя врата отваря.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Добре. Давай вече можем да се разкарваме наново. Това може ли да го отвориме? Не. Тук долу нямаше ли врата? Не, няма врата, добре. Айде, скачиме пак там.
Why would the Empress invite that elf?
The game, of course. Celine has something up her sleeve.
Къде си, мило мое факелче? Ето те. Ноп. Ноп. Добре, синьо. Али. Трябва да ги запалим тия бързо, бе. Това срещу го пробвах, това по средата не сме го пробвали. Това пробвахме. О, тук някой умрял. Я, хоп. Окей. Съм сигурен дали е много добра идея точно в момента се разкарвам. И да търся някакви неща. По-добре май да се разкарвам от тук и да ходя до балната зала. Пак искам да го пусна някакси. Жалко, че не сме рок. Какво става, Ко?
Silk on satin on skin, always wanting, chaste but chaste, too many.
Всичко наред ли?
Are you all right, Cole? You seem distracted. More than usual.
They have faces inside their faces, lying with a layer that tells the truth. I don't know how to help them.
Даже не се опитвай. Видя ли нещо?
Have you observed anything happening yet?
Cullen is afraid. They're hunting him, following fear. He shouldn't be here.
Какво правиш?
What are you doing, Cole?
A fallen fan can cut like a kiss. Hot breath from the wrong boy on the naked nape of the neck. I helped until they made me stop. Now they've all forgotten.
Добре, продължай.
Stay out of trouble, Cole.
Socks get wet when the tide rises.
Але, колко много такова изгубихме. Сега къде трябва да отидем? Долу. Доленка. И той, че трябва да слъзна долу, бе. Как да влезна там? Аха. Добре. Значи в крайна сметка тук долу има врата, просто не където аз си мисля. Окей.
This could be worth checking out.
О. Се бием. Всичките ли трябва да екипирам оръжията?
And then real stabbing. Lungs full, frothing, scent of apples as it all goes black.
They're already dead. You can't help them. Don't let their memory overwhelm you.
Така. Това е... Не, на никой от нас. Коло. Вземи си ножките, приятелю. Соус. Вземи този став. Така. Брои. Соус. Кол. Арбу. А, не, на Iron Bull ме сменихме. Ага, това си е моята. Вярвам, че Iron Bull вече носи тази броня. Така. Така. Аксесуарите поне си по тях, това е добре.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Тук бая хора са избрали. От хора разбирайте елфи, но то се тая. Сега трябва да се върнеш преди. Нека скачиме кора. Тук, примерно. Ще гад има етап. Тук не мога ли се качи от тук да го взема това? Добре, добре. Тогава от тук ще е по-лесно. Всеки случай. Ще е по-лесно, но от тук е по-лесно. Абе, от некъде ще е по-лесно. От некъде ще разберем откъде трябва да скачим. Така, най-накрая. Тук идваме начина сам.
There must be something here.
Не, то умрял.
This was no servant. What's he doing here?
He doesn't belong. Even if he weren't dead, he would be wrong.
That would appear to be Grand Duke Gaspard's insignia on the dagger. How curious.
Time to have a word with the Duke.
No! No!
Venatori agents! That must be the Venatori leader.
Не мисля, че Дюка има някакво
Venatori were watching this approach.
вземане-даване с убийцата. Там има нещо, трябва да го вземем. Най-вече търсиме хали и такива, и монети. Другите ресурси не ни интересуват толкова много, брони, пари и тем подобни. Във всеки случай преджоваме всичко, което видим. 15 е много ниско. Ще се качим отгоре. Или сега се качим, защото после не знам дали ще мога. По-добре сега. По-добре, ама... Не в моите ръце, приятел. Монетка. Добре, това е някакъв кодекс. Окей. Видим какво стана тази бележка, се бъгна нещо. Това няма да го лутиме, просто защото вече бързаме. Така, ни интересува това. Така, тук е основата на само има ли нещо? Това врата не можем да отвориме. Тук идваме, тук са фонтаните. Добре, можем да дойдем насам. Кое е това пари? Как ме стресна. Има какъв голям биг, бе. Някакъв кодекс. Притеснявам се, че корта пробва няма да ми стигне. Тук не сме били, нали? Изгубихме страшно много до момента. Затова гледам да съм колкото се може по-бърз тука. Видях някаква хала там, че пише.
Fancy meeting you here.
Здрасти на те.
You must be Inquisitor Adar. I thought you'd be more impressive. We haven't been properly introduced, have we? I'm Ambassador Briala.
Добър изстрел.
Impressive shot, Ambassador.
Welcome to the Imperial Court, friend. This is our diplomacy at work. You clean this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Errol's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
Намери го мъртъв.
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
Гаспард не ми изглеждаше отчаян.
Are you sure he's behind this? It was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's illusion. That smile is his mask. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
А каква е цената?
What do I have to give you in exchange for this army of spies?
A moment of consideration. I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
This is great. Even the elves are trying to bribe you.
Добре, тук някъде видях, че нещо ми списа за хала. Ето. Той е оставен тук, това е надолу. Добре, нали, дойдохме тук, така. Това не е точно там, където аз мислих, че. Ние просто завихме насам и насам. Айда. Да. Е, тук искам да се скача. Моите момчета горе ли са още? Да, супер. Ja, говорим.
We are in your debt, Inquisitor.
Thank you, Inquisitor.
Се върнем на партито.
Interesting.
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not?
Да.
Stories of your accomplishments.
Какво за тях?
Yes. And
I told you, Philippe.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
Трябва да говориш с Кол.
if you like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear this story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
Зверче. Още едно зверче. Като цяло много от зверчета.
I need to get back before I missed.
Не мога да отключим тук. Жалко. Се върнем. Да видим. С нашия... с нашето нищожно одобрение.
I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Моля ти помогна.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Нека потанцуваме.
Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted.
Сега тук трябва да съм най-мазния мазник на света.
The Talvashoth are hardly known for political maneuvering. Just what interest do you have in our little war?
Войната на Орле е война на Телес.
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire is the center of everyone's world.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Мога да се
I think I can agree
съглася
with
с това.
that. Yes.
Then you have lifted a terrible burden from my heart, Inquisitor. The world is filled with doubt and uncertainty. Fear rules more hearts than any empire. I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Аз кой съм знае?
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
Не вярвам никого.
If I've learned anything, Your Grace, it is to put my trust in no one.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
Не е ли за всеки? Не се ли от за всеки?
Dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
С тия минус 10, сега щяхме сме 60.
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
Получих някаква информация.
The Duchess had some interesting things to say.
Of that, I have no doubt.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Намерих венаторски агенти.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venatori and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
You have an idea, Liliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Liliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
Аз съм съгласен с тази идея. Какъв е най-добрият път да чуя тяхното мнение?
More than that, whoever controls the Imperial throne will affect all of Thedas.
You cannot stop Corypheus without a decision. You must support someone, or all is lost.
Then we should support Celine. She is the rightful ruler. Why would we say otherwise?
Because she led Orlais to this point. I say Gaspard, provided his sister is wrong about him.
I would suggest Briella. She could bring true peace, not only to the Empire, but also to its elves.
This is, however, your decision, Inquisitor, not ours.
Имам нужда от повече информация. По принцип, ще кажем, че сме... Ще съпортаме Гаспард.
Then Celine must die, so he may assume the throne.
Not only that, he would also need to deal with Briala to end the war completely.
First, you'll need proof he's not in league with Corypheus before you hand him anything.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Добре, сега на къде? Сега... Тук бяхме. Добре, значи излизаме. Или пък да обиколиме да видим, може пък да има нови разговори, я да видим. Нещо интересно тук.
You'd be bored the second you stepped past the gate. Skyhold is a fortified castle, not a holiday resort.
Don't you miss us?
Of course I do, Yvette. There is just so much work undone.
You always put these tasks ahead of us.
Well, I'll see if I can come home for your gallery showing. How does that sound?
Oh, that would be so nice. Do you promise?
Yes, I promise.
Oh, wonderful.
Нещо ново?
Hello.
Трябва да съпортаме Бриана, това е ново.
What do you think of helping Brianna take control?
You are serious. I cannot recommend it. Whatever Brianna offers, she, of anyone here, has the least reason to stay loyal to us.
Да знаме кой подкрепя. Как е вечерта?
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of them. The dancing is so dull, your worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Добре, това
Sorry, Josie.
това е преди сме си оговорили с нея. Няма смисъл да ги повторяме тия неща.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Да. Grand Duke Gaspard.
My friend, come in, have a drink. What can I do for you? If you're as delighted by the court as I am, there's a decanter of port around here.
Искам да знам повече за
I'd like
тебе.
to know more about you.
All of Orlais knows my story. But you, my friend, are far too sensible to be Orlesian. The heart of it is simple. I am the rightful heir to the throne of Orlais. But my cousin, Celine, is a politician, while I am a man of action. She charmed the Council of Heralds. They gave the crown to her, and while it looks fetching on her, I intend to take it back.
Добре. Ти си истинския наследник?
What's your claim to the throne?
The 100 Days Cough swept Valroya in 877. It killed thousands of children, royalty and commoner alike. There are only 3 living grandchildren of Emperor Judicael I. Myself, my sister Florian, and Celine. And I am the eldest. By rights, the crown should have passed to me.
Как Селин е взела силата?
If you're the rightful heir, how did Celine become empress?
I am the oldest, but I lack the Valmont name. My mother was the late emperor's sister. Celine is a Valmont. Her honored father was my mother's brother. But she is the youngest, When there is any doubt surrounding the line of succession, the matter falls to the Council of Heralds.
Нейният баща е брат на майка ти.
Forming alliances on the council for support. So they passed over me in her favor.
Нейният баща е брат на майка ти, а тя ти е сестра. What the fuck? Искаш ли да е мъртва?
Just what are you claiming? Her crown? Or her head?
If Celine loses her head, it will not be my doing. I want my empire. I do not wish harm on my cousin, but I would not weep at her demise.
Добре, не му е сестра, а му е братовчетка. Нека говорим за
I have
политика.
a question about the peace talks.
Сестра ти твърди, че си предател.
The Grand Duchess says you're plotting to kill Celine.
Resorting to rumor-mongering, Inquisitor? Come, we are beyond such childish stratagems. My sister would never say that. There are no words to convince me that Florian would turn on me.
Що казваш? Как върват разговорите?
How have the negotiations been so far?
The port won't last the evening, I'm afraid. We will end the night with nothing settled. Which should surprise nobody, but it will disappoint my sister. I don't know why she had such high hopes for this ball. Florian always was hopelessly optimistic.
Ако Селин умре, какво се случва?
If something were to happen to the Empress, how would that change your plans?
Celine has not declared an heir. If the Maker called her home, the crown would fall to me. But the Council of Heralds would try to implicate me in any misfortune. If they succeeded, the crown could pass to my sister or one of our more distant cousins.
Чакай. Намерих нещо
I
интересно.
discovered something you might be interested in.
Добре, по-скоро да ходим да търсим още доказателства, защото не ще да гърма неща преди да сме взели повече доказателства и да сме разбрали повече. Шумахер мина тук, що? Надявам се вие да не сте го чули.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We will be happy to assist you if we can.
Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Съжалявам, девойки, обвързан съм. Нека говорим за съюз.
If the evening ends favorably for the Empress, how does the Inquisition benefit?
Her Imperial Majesty brings the might of the Olesian Empire with her friendship.
She is also a respected diplomat and world leader. She can forge alliances for you with Rivain, Antiva, the Underfells.
And she throws the best parties.
Имам въпросче.
Perhaps you could tell me something.
Кои сте вие, дами?
We haven't been properly introduced.
How rude of us to forget.
My Lord Inquisitor, allow me to present Lady Couteau.
And Lady Colombe.
And of course, Lady Fleur. We are the Empress's ladies in waiting.
Разкажете ми за Селин.
I'd like to know more about Empress Celine.
Her Majesty has held the throne since she was just 16 years old.
She is respected and beloved, not just in Orlais, but across Thedas.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
Може ли да попитам за преговорите?
I'd like to know more about the negotiations.
Какви са целите на Селин?
What is the Empress trying to accomplish with the negotiations?
Peace is her only objective, Inquisitor.
Gaspard and Briala are driven by personal ambitions, but those desires threaten the safety of all Olesians.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
What's happening with the peace talks now?
Things do not look promising.
The Grand Duke is as stubborn as always. He will not accept anything but victory in battle.
But the knight is young, and Her Majesty will do everything she can to persuade him.
My investigations turned up something interesting.
Още не.
Good evening.
Until next time, Inquisitor.
Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade.
Те как ме стреснаха.
Inquisitor Adar. The stories claimed you were barely capable of speech. You haven't dazzled the court this evening.
Да,
But
добре.
at least you've avoided embarrassing yourself. Well done. What brings you to me?
Искам да те питам за преговорите.
Want to know more about the peace talks?
Какви са твоите цели?
What are you hoping to gain from tonight's negotiations?
A voice. Simple enough, isn't it? My people have none. We've lived for centuries amid the lowest ranks of society. No one hears us. No one sees us. If the elves of Halam Shiral were elevated, if we had an elven noble at court, we'd have recognition. A voice.
Благородник ще направи
What
промяната.
can a single member of the court do?
It won't remake the world overnight, if that's what you're asking. Our problem is invisibility. The people in power are used to ignoring us. We're not actors. It's scenery. We need elves in positions where they can't be overlooked. We need to force humans to take us seriously.
Как ще постигнеш това?
How will you persuade the Empress to elevate an elf to nobility?
It is already in place. Celine knows she needs us to tip the balance of the civil war in her favor. All we have to do is wait. She'll exhaust her other options and come to us for help. Then we'll name our price.
Това план няма проработи.
You won't change anything. The Empress has all the power. They'll just be a target for bigots.
Even if it ends in my assassination, it will be something no one, human or elven, can ignore. But that's the future. We need to focus on the task at hand.
Ами ако императрицата
If Celine were killed, what would happen to your plans?
Assuming I'm not the
изплезе
one
езика.
named, it would be precarious. I've been working on Gaspard, but he's like a charging bull. It would be easier to rein him in if I had something that could hurt him.
Искам да знам повече с теб.
I had a question about you, Brianna.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you everything you need to know about my life.
Okay.
I'm good at what I do. And so that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost.
Ти и Селина сте любовници.
I've been told you were romantically involved with the Empress.
I didn't take you for a gossip monger, Inquisitor. I suppose your spies have already briefed you, so there's no point in pretending. Yes, Celine and I were lovers once, but we've gone our separate ways now.
Ясни.
What's your story? How is an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celine and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
Какво се случи?
What do you mean, we had a falling out?
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up charge to save her political reputation. It wasn't personal. It's the game. That's how all Orlesians justify these things to themselves. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven friend.
И ако преговорите се
If she
провалят,
doesn't win you back to her side, what do you intend to do?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on a single ball. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
нали знаеш това как звучи?
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celine than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais. across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
Ще видим. Няма да казвам, че сме научили някакви неща, защото още не сме научили кой знае колко.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Така, с тия дами.
I hope not.
Another time, perhaps.
Mistress Nightingale.
Inquisitor, is there something you needed?
Какво е следващото ни действие?
What's our best course of action?
Assuming the claims against Gaspard are false, I believe he'd be the strongest ally. But if it means Selim's death, can we make such a choice in good conscience?
Ами, Бриола.
Briala is an option.
One that only complicates matters further.
Нещо, което искаш да
Have you
репортуваш?
noticed anything out of the ordinary?
I'll let you know at once if I do.
Окей.
We'll talk later.
I await your signal.
Look at Lady Cambion's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
Тя вярно, че имаше нещо с обувките свързано.
There's a Tevinter
Любов към обувките, ако
You're
щете.
concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambion's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambion acquire such a grand shoe? What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
Добре. Изглеждаш различно тук.
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Ти Бриола ли подкрепяш?
Do you really think Briala should be given influence?
Selena has been in power long enough to expect support. If we secure her throne, she will be grateful. But such gratitude will pale beside that of one we raise up from nothing. Who is lower than the elf? If we place Briala in power, with Gaspard as her mask, her debt to us will be great indeed. And Gaspard will have the throne he has wanted. With conditions, of course. I suspect he will still find it gratifying.
Имам малко информация. Нали я можем да й кажем.
I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Нещо, което искаш да докладваш?
Have you seen anything interesting?
Oh yes. Halam Shiral is lousy with scandals and scheming. But no sign of our Tevinter infiltrator, I'm afraid.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
Не трябва да търси още скандали. Един танц.
Would you care to dance, Lady Mantillon?
You, Inquisitor, are a delight. One does not often find foreigners so well versed in the game. But you have other dances to perform first. Perhaps you will save me a dance for later?
Добре. Какво смятате за бал?
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, my lady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Виждате ли нещо интересно?
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Good evening, milady.
Предполагам това за танца... О, трябва да танцуваме с някакви други на масата. Това... Тъмън ще я кажа, че предполагам, че това за танца си има предвид, че трябва да натрупа малко... малко инфлуенс. Но може и да бъркам. Не, инфлуенс а апрувал. Долу не мога да слезнем, тук обиколихме. Добре, имаме 81, което е прилично според мен. Въпросът е само как да го задържим 81. Вземе да се прецака. А можем ли тук да доразгледаме, защото по-рано бързах. Ясно, че това не мога да отворя тази врата, но няма нищо друго. Добре. Окей, че. Да видим тук има ли някой нов разговор. Нещо?
Ливас.
Ливас. Добре, добре.
Gaspard wants another bottle of bread. Gaspard is waiting. Better have 2 or 3 at the ready.
Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heroes.
Where is that lazy elf?
Burn them all in their
I sent him down to the cellar for more wine hours ago.
Това ще е един много дълъг епизод. По-дълъг, отколкото съм си представил.
Another time, my lord.
Good evening, Inquisitor.
Gotta kill a few Vince, try some new food. This party's working out just fine.
Няма друго какво да си говориме.
I'll just stay here and eat.
Почвам да умислям варианта да слагаме край на този епизод, а в следващия продължим. Да продължим. Това вече разпитахме, да продължим с Бала.
Another time, perhaps.
Did you hear what Gaspard said to Germain? He's all uncle.
Germain bore his nephew's spite better than the rest of the council. Did you see?
This door is sealed for the evening.
Само там врата няма, макар и да върви. Първо да ги подслушаме тая.
Good to know.
Добре, тук много неща за намиране има, бе. Ние мисля, че събрахме 3 хали, което означава, че би трябвало да можем да отворим тази врата там, среща.
Good to know.
Тук нищо много, нищо много. С тебе говорихме ли? Quick save. Quick save. Quick save-нахме. То не мога quick save-а. И тук не мога да сейвна. Добре. Може би трябва да ги послушаме тя. Искам да quick save за да отворя вратата, ама това тогава няма да отварям.
Did you need something?
Ще кажем, че...
Did I hear correctly? If you're interested in bringing the Templars to heel, you may have found an ally.
Didn't you recruit them for the rank and file of your Inquisition?
Someone had to remind them, sternly, of their duty.
A sensible solution. I will get in touch with your Lady Nightingale. I have assets that might benefit your cause.
Gentlemen.
Добре. Очаквах това нещо да ни даде или корта про или disapproval. Не, няма да излезем от тук. Но можем да слезем долу, да видим има ли нещо интересно. Nope. Значи може пак да се качим горе при... Споро ще обиколим тук. Ще направим едно кръгче тук. Няма никой, с който да си говорим. Ще ми се да мога да... Опа, имаше такова за подслушване. Важното, че нашия човек го намира за... Значи, на това кръгче съм сигурен, че сме заставали веднъж. Но явно трябва всеки път, когато ни излиза да застава, защото това ни отброи още един скандал. Сиреч научихме нещо много. Така. Тук нищо интересно. Тук дали не сме изтървали нещо? Както гледам, не. Това значи, ако разбирам правилно, са покоите на Мориган тук. Ако ще да ми смъкват... Ако ще да ми изтича времето тук. Години мръсни. Трябва да се качим горе. Чу се дали отворят вратата с трите хали. Ще отворяме. Имаме ги. Отваряме. Видим тук какво става. Нищо ново. И тук нищо ново. Слизаме си пак долу. Имаме само две хали. То са ни трябва ли две хали, добре? Аз понеже видях, че има 3 дупки. 3 поставки. И викам, това няма как да не означава, че ни трябва 3 хали, но ето, че... Жестоко съм грешал. Къде сме тука? Къде говорили ли сме някога?
Inquisitor.
What a pleasant surprise.
Разкажи ми за консула.
Perhaps you could tell me about the Council of Heralds. What is its purpose?
Of course, my lord. The Council of Heralds exists to oversee the inheritance and creation of new titles of nobility.
Titles outside the royal family are not recognized at court, but they remain part of ancient estates. In the event that there is no clear inheritor to an estate, it falls to us to decide the case.
Забелязали ли сте нещо странно?
Haven't seen anything unusual tonight, have you?
Nothing could be more peculiar than Gaspard and Selene dancing together.
Now that you mention it, the royal wing is sealed, and no one knows why.
A great pity. The garden in that part of the palace is exquisite.
Another time, perhaps.
Жалко. Ще минем и без градината. Вземи тази монета. Ще вземем и цветето.
One of them always lied.
Just give up.
Тази пошилня тук, какво се
But if
случва?
I take the fox across with a second ring, no, that won't work.
Stick with it.
Пожелавам ти късмет. Вече можем да квиксейваме, супер. Опа. Още един кодекс. Даже два. Абе, през тази врата ние не можем да минем. През тази врата, тук казахме, че не можем да минем. Тук значи трябва да дойдем. И да излезем. Въпросът е тия как са влезнали вътре. Тия как са отишли в тази зала, при положение, че от едната страна не може да се минава и е затворено там с... Абе, затворено беше. Дайте. А другата е затворена с халите и те, ако я нямат, не могат да отворят. Интересна работа. Правя един хардкор сейф тук, защото 80 ми харесва как стои като число и не ми се ще да се променя амаграм. Искам да премина. Добре, ние бяхме от едната страна, значи сега трябва явно да отидем от другата страна. Опа, тук има нещо интересно. А, да. Да, подслушваме. Ожи. Това прилича на Гаспард, но не е.
So, even Liliana thought this place was dangerous and you wanted to just walk in here. This party is looking
Нямам избор. Нямам избор, приятелю, а и трябва да сме бързи. Ние от тук идваме, нали? Да. Мърдай, 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 мърдай. О, сега не мога да влезна. След малко. Трябва да ми изчакаш. Тук е затворено. Добре.
Thank you.
Наранена ли си?
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Приятел те изпратила тук.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace?
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Как влезна тук?
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
Възможно ли някой друг да изпратил
Is there anyone else
заповедите?
who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
Това не е ли стаята на
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess
Florian?
Florian.
This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
Какво търсиш?
What were you trying to find in Florian's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
Кажи ми какво знаеш.
If there's a reason you distrust Briala, I want to hear it.
I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the empress who purged our alienage.
Можеш ли да свидетелстваш за това?
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
Взимай бързата хала тук, бате. Бързате голчета тук. Трябва да намерим още една хала некъде. Некъде. Какво е това место? Тук има много умрели. Бата. Къде сме ние тук? Супер, намерихме последната хала. Нямаме нужда от пошани. Така, сега ще се върнем назад, да видим тия там какво викаха. Чува се дали първо да не отидем до вратата, където е заключена с халите. Тя трябва да е тук. Така... Ето тук. О, приятели, какво правиш тук?
What happened?
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
Кажи ми какво си направил.
How did you betray Gaspard?
The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Classic, honeypot.
Не, аз мисля да го освободя. Ще го освободя.
Don't breathe a word about this.
I can promise that. I have no intention of dying, Inquisitor. If Gaspard didn't kill me for this, Celine would.
Ще видим Гаспард какво ще реши да го прави. Тук много хора са измряли, бе, бата.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
Тук си за нов танц, може би?
I'm a bit busy at the moment if you were looking for a dance partner.
Yes, I see that. Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Corypheus какво иска?
Why kill the Empress? What does Corypheus want to achieve?
Celine's death is a stepping stone on the path to a better world. Corypheus will enter the Black City and claim the godhood waiting for him. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world, guided by the hand of an attentive god.
Защо помагаш на Corypheus?
You're Orlesian royalty. Why would you help Corypheus attack your empire?
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why settle for an empire when Corypheus will remake the entire world? I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspard's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
Ти какво печелиш цялата тази работа?
What exactly is in this for you?
The world, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Thedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
Corypheus ще бъде разочарован. Няма да успееш. Няма да бъде разочарован.
But I already have. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill him and bring me his marked hand. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Хилнаме ни за всеки случай. Да, щеше да е хубаво, ако оръжията ни бяха екипирани. Абе, чуй сега, защо правим толкова малко демидж? Сега вече знам. О. Това със сигурност трябва да бъде затворено.
What was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Да, бяха демони.
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Гаспард ли направи това?
Duke Gaspard lured you out here?
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it?
Nope.
And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Разкажи ми плана на Гаспард.
Tell me everything you know.
The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking punsy cheesemongers.
Ела да бачка за мая.
Want a new job? One that pays better. The Inquisition can always use a good mercenary company.
You hiring? I'm game. Anything's better than this bullshit. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Така, тази врата трябва да бъде отворена. Но толкова много неща още за разглеждане. И аз забравих да си екипирам екипировката. Хубавото в цялата работа е, че поне този път екипировката на нашите момчета си седи. Не трябва да ги преекипираме наново. Не ме интересува. Тук можем да се махнем, добре. Някакви мърсотийки тук няма ли да намерим още? Намерихме ли ги всичките? Колко мърсотийки намерих? Мисля, че 28 намерихме от 30. Не може да се мине, тук не може да се мине. Тук се връщаме назаде. Да, не можем да минем. Тук има нещо за взимане. Нещо ми светна. Аха! Значи трябва да си измъкнем от тук. Така вече говорим. Така вече го усещам като моя експериенс, като моя демидж, който правя по принцип. Първо се представя врата, можем ли да минем? И поминем какво има. О! Сам ми е пътят, както гледам. Значи тогава първо ще дойдем насам. За жалост обаче нямаме достатъчно хали. Ние ги изхарчихме на друго место. И не знам дали тук можем да съберем толкова, май по-скоро не. Имаме тук всичко. Няма хали. Нищо е. Тук нещо интересно? Не. Връщам се в балната зала. Сега сигурно няма да можем да си поговорим с всички в залата, което е тъжно. Но пък може да имаме късмет.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Оставаме добре.
The Duchess will assassinate Selim personally. Wait for her to strike, then grab her.
As you command.
Оставаме. Искаме дюкът да стане император.
My friends, we have lost much. We have each seen a child, a lover, a friend consigned to the flames.
FPS-а тук дропна яко. Не е от вас проблема.
But even now there is light. We must be that light. We must lead our people safely through these troubled times. We must be their guiding star. Tonight, the war dividing us must end.
My friends, we are here to witness a historic moment. A great change is coming for all of us. Isn't that right, Gaspard?
Florian! What have you done?
Don't be coy. It went just as we planned. I did this for you, brother.
Me? Have you gone mad?
No, not Gaspard. You did this for Corypheus.
What a terrible guest you are, interrupting your host. Oh, Corypheus! Kill them!
Те така се чуват. Само брат, май ще се бият вътре. Въобще не ти дрем, братле. Добре, братле. Не такива съдци. Ние си им дреме на шапката. Та много бързо се преоблече.
I should thank you. You played your part marvelously. Both Celine and Gaspard destroyed in a single blow. The Council of Heralds will devour each other, and while they do, Corypheus will come. The demons of Adamant were not his only army. The Empire will fall, and Thedas with it.
Да, ти няма да оцелеш за виж.
What a pity you won't live to see any of it.
You don't think I came this far without an escape plan? Your death will be the crowning jewel of my victory tonight.
Така започват всички последни думи на някого, който иска да се изправи срещу нас. Ще убия. И коста. Бягай, бягай! Че ще те стигна! Добре, момчета, тъма се чух от кой да се хилна. Тя да че умре, а даже аз не участвах в боя. Но може би намерихме по-добър лък за сера. Айде сега се връща и да каже, гледайте са пичаи и женските пичаи. Да ви обясня как Гаспард не стои зад действията на сестра си, сестра му. И те тъкай. Кориф е виновен. Идете и станете от инквизицията. Не какво се чуете. Дайте ми короната на мене. Кой ме му мислите?
Trying to stir the nobility against me. We are at war.
I hardly have to stir them at all. Your sister murdered Celine. Everyone saw it. You're a traitor by association.
What do you hope to gain, Rabbit? You can't claim Celine's empty throne for yourself.
Maybe not. But I can keep it from you.
Yeah.
You're done meddling, Briala. Gaspard will be the Emperor.
You think you can keep him in power? Really? Will you sit by his throne and hold his hand to fend off the accusations of the court?
Ти си убил амбасадори? Да, ще кажа, че.
You killed ambassadors on both sides to draw out the negotiations.
Even if I did arrange such accidents for the ambassadors, there's nothing you can do. Lift a finger against me, and elves will rise up across the Empire.
Not once they found out you were sleeping with Celine when she burned the Halam Sharal alienage.
He's caught you, Rabbit.
That's the end of your opposition,
Гаспар, че
Gaspard will
управлява.
take the throne uncontested.
So it seems.
The game is over, Rabbit. You played well, but you lost. Your death today will bring years of security to the Empire. Come, my friend. You and I should address the court. We all owe you our lives, Inquisitor. I will remember that. You've been a friend.
Доста хора
I am not a man.
не са доволни, но аз съм доволен.
Stand with me. We should speak to the people together.
Още така малко си накърнявам и нашето име.
And so, the crown falls to me. This is not the victory I hoped for. I wanted this moment filled with song, not with sorrow. But I have always been a soldier. As every soldier knows, the difference between defeat and victory is how it is named. An enemy has struck the Empire in its very heart. As your Emperor, I promise justice. Orlais will not allow such atrocities. Corruption, deceit, murder, to go unchallenged. We will face this Corypheus. He will know the wrath of the lion. We will fight shoulder to shoulder with the Inquisition. Together, we will send our enemy to the Maker's judgment.
Да го накараме да си плати.
We will teach Corypheus and his allies the meaning of fear. Their victims will be avenged.
We have much work ahead, but that is for another day. Tonight, be at ease, rest, and prepare yourselves for the battle ahead.
Here, at last, I find our absent hero, hidden away despite the efforts of all Orlais to find you. Gaspard drunkenly toasts in your honor, Deliverer from Darkness, and other titles complimentary and awkwardly phrased.
Това съм аз, помагам.
That's what I do. Fall out of the sky, make bad decisions, and somehow everyone still follows me.
So they do. It seems I am also to join that esteemed crowd. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Gaspard wishes to offer any and all aid to the one who supported his ascent to the throne. So, here I am.
Добре. Искаш ли да се присъединиш?
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Gaspard never liked my attendance at court. He wishes me as far from here as possible. Mayhap he feels the Inquisition a convenient repository for unwanted apostates. I cannot say. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
Ти си кървав магиосник.
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages, do you mean blood magic?
I know many obscure, forgotten, and forbidden arts. Some of it you might consider blood magic, yes.
Защо
Should thought of that,
ти от главата така
allow
настрани?
me to offer reassurance. Knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess, I place at your disposal.
Трябваше да
Make
си
use
направят
of
да
or ignore
гледа нормално.
as you desire.
Добре си
Welcome to
дошъл.
the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
Това все пак е на нашия Уорден Жената му.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
Напълно добре съм.
Things went according to plan for once. I couldn't be happier.
I would have preferred the Empress alive, but the Empire remains. That's something. Is there anything I can do?
Тя няма да падне за ден.
Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Мога потанцува.
Would you care to dance with me, Lady Josephine?
I was hoping you'd ask, my lord.
След много дълго време цъкане успяхме да сложиме и край на тази мисия, а скоро и на епизода. Или почти сме сложили край на тази мисия.
Urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Make us mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I
Какво
will see
толкова
to
се
this matter as
притесняват?
soon as possible.
My Lord Inquisitor,
Някакви церемонии, някакви глупости.
please, may I have a word with you?
Винаги има още нещо.
Just when you've solved one crisis, another springs up to take its place.
I am sorry to place this burden on your shoulders, but you are the only one who can help. With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Я разпитаме. Защо ви трябват?
Why do you need Liliana and Cassandra?
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Thedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
Те са кандидатки за това да станат...
Liliana are candidates to become the divine? How is that possible?
Not yet, but they could be. We need them to be. There is precedent. Other times when clerics remained deadlocked, a successor was chosen from outside the clergy. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friends and advisors. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her, the Grand Clerics might support one of them as successor.
Колко дълго може да ги няма?
How long does the Chantry need them?
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
Това са важни хора, казвам ти, не, трябва те сами да решат. Ние не можем да ги държим против силата им тук.
And they certainly will. At a
Против
later
волята им.
date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother. Don't let them detract from your victory at Alam-Shiral. We've beaten his wardens and stopped his intrigues. Soon Corypheus will have no place to hide. Cullen is hoping to press our advantage. We'll plan our next attack when you're ready.
Добре. Тук гледам, че имаме някакви задачки, които виждам на картата. Има някакви неща, които трябва да се случат. И има толкова много неща. Преди да сложим обаче край на епизода. Много важно е да минем през масата и да поставим задачи, ако има такива, за нашите съветници. За да може задачките да си текат А ние да си спинкаме и да ни е спокойно. Да, че не мога да си намеря место.
What's the state of the Inquisition?
We have the military might of Orlais behind us. Emperor Gaspard will send support on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Shake it, shake it. Сигурен съм, че е така.
We've beaten their god twice over. Corypheus must be livid. Where is he now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Ще ги държим там.
They've terrorized Thetis long enough. We end them now. If Corypheus is hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we'll go.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
Много скоро ще
His
разберем.
people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
Не може така. Продължи.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those forgotten woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
Но ти си имаш приятел. И аз. Нищо, аре.
This is an illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
Как си го направила?
You can restore an artifact like this?
There was a price, but one I gladly paid. I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds. Untouched, it proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Значи още няма да ходим на масата.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost.
Тук има доста такива огледала.
I call it the crossroads, a place where all illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This place is extraordinary. How could
Hold
this
on.
even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, A few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
Как си открила това?
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
Всъщност ние в Dragon Age Origin скъсахме ли с Мориган? Какво означава това?
They don't lead back to our world, then.
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son. But only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Отворени от тази страна?
What do you mean a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
Ти имаш ли ключа?
I suppose you have such a key?
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
Корифиас може би ги иска тези.
Corypheus wants to come here?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Интересно ми е дали Лорда на скъса с Мориган или не се стигна до там, след като се ожени за кралицата. Това ми е интересно. Не, в Awakening останахме да управляваме. В Awakening и оставихме тя да си върви и останахме да управляваме. Мисля, че така стана. Ще трябва да погледна последния епизод. Тук има много хора, с които можем да си говорим, но няма да е сега. Това може би ще го направим в началото на следващия епизод. Първо отиваме най-накрая да поставим задачи на нашите съветници. Тук имаме 3 нови задачи. А тук имаме 6. 7. Добре, ще започнем от тази страна. Тъй като мисля обаче аз трябва да направя една пауза и след това да разцъкам пак. Мисля да поставя, ако има такива задачки, които са по-кратички. Примерно, това е по-кратичка задачка. Първо да изпълним тях и чак в края на следващия епизод да пусна дългите задачи.
With the Civil War over, Orlais is focusing on rebuilding.
Себастиан. Не, ще използваме Лилиана.
Inquisitor.
Тук ще намерим някаква задача с подобно времетраене. Ето, например, тази. Изпращаме ги. Изпращаме войниците веднага. Това ще отнеме много време. Търсиме някакво приключение с по-малко времетраене. Тук това 51 минути. Тук долу. Тук не можем да използваме никой. И тук не можем да използваме никой. От свободните значи 50 минутки. Айде навно към ще да се справи най-добре.
Inquisitor.
Да, изпращаме ги. Мориган беше тук на маста, но не можем да я използваме като четвърти съветник. Добре. Нали не можем да използваме? Не можем. Нямаше трета карта. Четвърта карта. Имаше само 3 карти. Добре, както и да е. Време е за малка пауза. Така че слагаме тук един сейф. Правим един quick save, така за всеки случай. Епизодът сигурно става около 3 часа, защото там където краща беше 54-5 минути, нещо такова. Когато краща, сега мисля, че се минало много повече време. Но както и да е. Дълъг, но пък според мен е доста готин епизод стана. В смисъл, задачката беше много готина. И ми скефи. Добре, това ще е всичко от този епизод. Пожелавам всичко най-хубаво. Чао, чао и до нови срещи.